Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 3rd of April. My name's Philip Kingston.
I'm Gary Peer.
And I'm Leon Guzenfitter.
You are.
You're a bit nasally or a bit...
On cue. Who? Me?
Yeah,
I'm absolutely fine.
You sound a bit funny, I don't know.
Do you know, I'm just a little bit hoarse, Gary.
You know, you give someone a couple of days off for the long weekend and look at what happens.
Do you know what? I'm not sure that downtime is all that good for me.
It's not good for you. I don't think you should ever have any time off.
As soon as my adrenaline drops, I fall into a heap.
No, it's just a mess. I think work and more work is the elite.
Given the fact that we're kind of talking across Leon, right? Why is Leon here?
Hey, do we go back to that series a couple of weeks ago? We talked about our breath. Our breath's not good. He's in a bad position right now.
Poor Leon Guzenfitter. Yeah. Speaking of Leon Guzenfitter, great to have you on GPTV.
Welcome.
You've been on many times before, but I believe you've never actually been on GPTV as a director of Gary Peer and Associates.
What was that bottle you just dropped there, Phil?
The champagne corks are popping. No doubt we've got some champagne
We should have some champagne
popping at the moment.
Pork. It's
champagne corks. Corking.
Now you've got me with champagne corks are popping, Philip.
Or just a little sign that says director under here.
We could do that,
would be
too,
much
maybe.
better
We could do that, but let's have some canned applause. Let's have some champagne. Let's have some fireworks. It is very exciting. The bomb's been dropped. We did talk about it last week's show that we were going to drop the bomb. The bomb is not just that Leon Guzenfitter is the director of the company, but we are sitting here in Gary Peer and Associates Bentley.
And here it is, viewers. We've got the most fabulous office, except we're a little bit short of art at the moment.
Yes, and furniture.
Hence the blank wall behind us.
Yes.
Hence a very Spartan space here at the moment. Yes. But what's not Spartan here is people. We've got plenty of people.
We have got plenty
We've
of
got
people.
a team here. We've opened the doors.
Hey,
and
should we put the faces of the people up on the screen? Let's put them up. Let's start off with Leon. Leon first is over here. That's a very nice shot of you, Leon. As of course the senior director of the company. Not a bit young to be senior, aren't you? But here you go with your team that's been with you for many, many years. We've got Ben Hayes. Now, how long's Ben with you been now?
So Ben will be coming up to 6 years now with us in my immediate team. So that's gone quick.
It's gone real quick. And now we have this other young man here. His face on the screen right now, Jared Martin. Tell us a little bit about Jared. Firstly, tell us how long he's been with you, and secondly, tell us how long you've known him for.
So Jared's been with me for 4 years now. That's also come up pretty quick. We'll be 4 years in May.
Wow.
And I've known him for 15 years or so. We lived together. We were roomies.
Cricket buddies, aren't you?
Well, we actually never played on the same team. He's actually at Maribina, which is the opposition.
Did you play against him?
We have played against. I've never bowled at him in a game properly. But
has he bowled at you?
No, he's never done that. But we have played against his side, but we never actually locked horns.
And who won?
Well,
do you remember?
South Caulfield, obviously.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. So this has been sort of Team Guzenfitter within the Caulfield office for many years that we're talking about now. So Jared and Ben with you for a number of years, 10 years combined.
Sure.
And of course the team of 4 also was Stephanie, who's
Absolutely.
been with you for how many years now?
So a bit over 2 years now.
Wonderful lady. And tell me what Stephanie's role is and has been and now is.
Well, Stephanie's like the boss, really. I said to you before when I was showing you through the office, she's the only one that has her own office. So she's very much in charge of running not only my everyday calendar and diary, but also she does a lot of about assisting preparing the property for sale through the marketing material and making sure that it all looks pretty and correct at the other end.
So not only is she your executive assistant, but she's also a campaign coordinator for the properties that you and the team are selling.
Keeps things running.
And viewers, I've got to tell you that increasingly right through our organisation, our salespeople are ably assisted by campaign coordinators because there's a huge amount of level of detail that goes into selling a property, of which salespeople are generally not the best eye dotters and T-crossers. So Steph is absolutely fabulous.
The glue that's kept the Team Guzenfitter together and on track for all these years. And of course we join some other industry veterans now. We have them join us. Jodie English, let's talk a little bit about her. Jodie is a local, isn't she?
She is. She's a Bentley resident. She's also, I believe, the president of the local tennis club.
Yes, she is. I think she's on the committee at the school too, the Coatesville
School. And has a big involvement in the primary school. So she's certainly a Bentley resident, someone that's based most of her business here. She lives here. A lot of people seem to know who she is when she walks up and down Centre Road.
She did work in Centre Road for a number of years before she joined our team. And of course she's been at our team for now in the second year. and has been servicing her Bentley clients from Caulfield. Makes a lot more sense to do it here, part of the Bentley team.
Absolutely.
So that's wonderful to have Jody here on
and
our
then,
team.
of course, we are privileged to have a senior operator and an auctioneer in Peter Sinclair.
Another local identity.
Well, he's been a local identity for a long, long time. He's enmeshed in the local community and certainly a very senior operative. And we are blessed, really, that he's chosen to make his future career with us, which is very, very exciting and great to have him on board.
It was only the weekend before last he had his first auction for us. And that was, I think, a very competitive auction. He did a great job there.
Well, he's a very accomplished auctioneer.
That's
so
for sure,
we are, Peter joins us not only in the Bentley office, but as on our auctioneering panel, and he makes us our 7th auctioneer. So we've certainly got the depth of talent now at an auctioneering level.
And I guess it's interesting because someone said to you the other day, oh, you've just come to Bentley. But the reality is that we've been in Bentley for 30 years. We haven't had an office in Bentley, but even all those years ago in our early days, I remember there was a year where we said, look, almost a third of our sales were in Bentley and surrounds. So this has always been a great market. We've always had that wonderful synergy of being able to bring buyers that maybe didn't have the budget for Caulfield or East Brighton or Caulfield South into Bentley and gladly have come over here. So it's always been a great synergy and great
And if you think about geographically where our offices are, we've got this wonderful arc now going from St Kilda through Caulfield, through Carnegie, through Bentley. And you've got that lovely arc where we're dealing with buyers, first home buyers, second home buyers, third home buyers, backwards and forwards between the suburbs. And more importantly as well, from an investment point of view, if you think about we've got a very big property management department, to be able to take, say, our St Kilda landlords and offer them opportunities down in Bentley and vice versa, I think it really brings our organisation together.
There's some great synergies. And also, of course, we've got Judy here who is also working here. Judy is somebody who's worked with us since the 1980s, who we've gone back a long, long way with. So we were a young whippersnapper, salespeople wet behind the ears.
So we've got a
sales secretary
great team here. I must say I'm loving the space, and perhaps we'll get some footage up of this front reception area, which is big enough for us to have a cocktail party in many ways.
And we should.
And we will.
It's time we did.
But we're right.
Aren't you in charge of that?
We're right here in the hub of the centre, and it's great to have the council car parking behind us.
I just want to ask Leon, what does this mean for you, this move?
Well, look, it's a great progression forward. I mean, we've had a lot of success in Caulfield, and we've, I've personally built my team up from being myself to a part-time assistant to being a team of 4. And I'm really excited at the opportunity to come back to Centre Road where my career started. And this is where I learned
you did too. We forgot that and all of that.
Learned the trades or the tools of the trade here in Centre Road. And it's funny that a lot of the buyers that I deal with, when I see them in Caulfield, in Elstonwick, in Brighton East, they're also looking in Bentley, and I'm a bit of a real estate nerd, and I go back through all the people when they buy a house, and I look through all the records, the transaction records when they become public, and I see the same names when they buy from other agents who have been in Bentley, who've bought a Bentley but have looked at Caulfield and East Brighton and Carnegie. So there's a natural flow, and I feel the clientele is the same clientele.
Very much.
I walk down to Centre Road, and between another 50 cafes we can walk to within 5 minutes, I see familiar faces. So not much changes for me other than turning right and out of my driveway other than left, but certainly it's an area that we're going to focus on more, especially with people like Jody and with Peter who live in this area. Peter lives in McKinnon, we didn't touch on that, but he lives in McKinnon, Jody's in Bentley. We already have a very good standing in the area, and I guess my role here is just to further concentrate that and give people us as an option. I speak to a lot of people already that said, we're really glad to have you as an option. We sort of thought about you in the past, but maybe not having a physical office steered us away, but really excited to have us in here. So it's a progression for me. I get a nice title, but essentially what it really means is that we're also just going to focus on 3204, 3165 postcodes, where we're already quite active.
Look, the area has become so dynamic.
Hey, before you go, what's going with the tie?
Yes, I was wondering whether you were going to notice.
You're the stuffy, formal one. Before you start going in, I don't think you've got any credibility here.
Do you know what? I thought
we'll
it
just
was
take
time for me to bring opening
stairs.
of a new office, Gary, and bringing a new, relaxed but professional vision to the Bentley market.
Look, can I just say to the viewers, and Leon, you might, Now, we've been in business for 30 years, right? The first 20 years, it was like, Phil, do I really have to wear a tie? Of course you have to. It wouldn't be, we have to wear a tie. Now, Mr. No Tie Kingston over here, changing the rules of the landscape.
If I was sitting now in front of a client for the very first time, I would be suited and tied up.
Okay. Yeah, but for all the viewers, so the viewers are second-rate citizens?
No.
These are the people that make our lives
To the contrary,
complete.
Gary, the viewers are my friends.
Yeah.
They've welcomed me, particularly me, into their lounge room or their kitchen table, and they're seeing the they're seeing the softer side of me.
They're looking at the sloppy Philip Kingston right now, in my opinion.
Gary, I don't think you could ever accuse me of being sloppy.
Well, I tell you what, you're not in your act today. I think those few days off again. There's it. No more days off. Those Easter breaks.
Very old-fashioned in your tie, Gary.
Very old-fashioned indeed. Look, I just want to say a couple of other things.
You look like a Westpac banker from the 1960s.
Oh, I'll make sure that your needs are taken care of. Philip, just before we go on, a couple of things. Firstly, interestingly, it's a little bit of real estate gossip. Can we talk about? We've had a few approaches also since we've come here. A few people have said they want to join the team, and that's exciting as well. We are recruiting, so that's. So I don't know if I should have said anything there, but I have. So that's something.
Probably shouldn't say the names. We'll just say
don't say the names. Yeah, we won't name those people, but. Thank you for approaching us. We're flattered and we'd love to have you on the team. The other thing also that I think we just need to articulate before we move into this weekend's auctions is that we don't have that territory thing in our office. It's very different. Maybe explain a little bit about how that works, Leon, to the viewers.
So, I mean,
they don't know.
The traditional franchise company where I started one of those, we basically had our walls, the 4 walls of our boundaries, and there is no incentive to try to list outside of that because sell because you don't get a cross fee or anything like that. In fact, you have to give a portion of your fee when you do list in another territory to the office that fee belongs to. So when I worked at another franchise company, I really had no care factor of anything outside my 4 walls. Whereas at Gary Pier, whether it's Jeremy at St Kilda or Leor in Carnegie, it doesn't make a difference if they want to list in Bentley, if they want to list in Caulfield, if they want to send a buyer across, they're going to get paid the same. So,
and we've got many examples where our St Kilda offices sold something into Bentley and vice versa.
Absolutely.
So
and have a look at 2 weekends ago. I mean, a Viv from Carnegie is working with Michael Jonas from St Kilda on a property in Middle Park.
That's right.
And you know, it's that kind of
where interestingly, those two salespeople, being a Viv and Michael, ended up bringing a buyer from Middle Park back to St Kilda and sold them a property in St Kilda.
And auctioned off by you who sits in Caulfield. And I mean, I go back. I'm a bit of a real estate nerd, and I do a lot of research and look at different models and how things are set up. There is no other agency, and I might be being biased, but the fact is there's no other agency that has that continuity and between synergy between their network, because it really, you know, there's a bunch of offices. They're all generally owned by individual people that have their own staff.
This is the
franchise model. And basically, we used to get together once every month and tap each other on the backside and tell each other about our accolades and our successes, but there was no...
Just viewers, just on that, there's no tapping of the backside of anybody at Gary Pure & Associates. Never happened, never will happen. That was at the previous company.
Okay. It never happened? No, it has never happened, no. That's true.
No Me Too claims yet.
Exactly right. Look, it sounds like a bit of a commercial, but it is a really big point of difference, and I know that buyers are often amazed that they're offered properties in other areas because they don't get that through the franchise, and I know that the buyers love it, and of course so do the sellers, because they really do get everybody on board.
Look too, if you think about a lot of our clientele, they might live there, but they've got an investment property over there, or they live there and mum or dad or the uncle or aunt live over there, and
in our boardroom,
it becomes very much part of being able to offer people a complete real estate service.
Absolutely.
And going back to the nerdy side of it all,
yes,
because this is the third time you've said you're nerdy. I mean, we get it. We get you're nerdy.
It's all I do, you know.
Do we want a nerdy director in the company? I'm not quite sure we're ready for that, because we think we're pretty, hip. Although without the tie, I think. Anyway, go on.
What it does is enables us, when we're getting all the data about the buyers who are walking around and seeing, we're getting the data put from all these areas, and we get to cross-share it, we get to share the information. And at the end of the day, who that benefits? Our vendors, because we're able to then find buyers and move them proactively rather than just waiting to see the board.
I think with respect, this has turned into one very long and very big commercial. So let's get back to why this show is what it's about, Gary, which is telling our viewers what's going on in the marketplace.
Is that what it's about?
So
it's usually just about us bickering and nonsense.
Let's talk about last weekend, which was a weekend of nothing.
Yeah, that was great.
It's a weekend of nothing.
I'm glad you've introduced that. That's what this show is about.
Thankfully, the footy's back. Thankfully, there's AFL to do something.
It's exactly right. It is about this show.
So
nothing. That's what
viewers,
basically.
Viewers,
and if you're still watching, why is there nothing else on
the Easter weekend, nothing much happened in Melbourne. All the properties were open for inspection though. It was a busy weekend out there.
There's always good numbers around, isn't it? It's funny that. But Philip, this weekend we have got no less than 8 auctions. We're over, I think we're over 7 suburbs, so we're all over the place. And Leon's involved, into it, up to his ears with some of our auctions, Phil. So I just want to talk a little bit about that. Philip, we start off on Saturday morning, and Leon, would you like to review this property for us?
Absolutely.
I know I've been there with you, and I actually love this home, and I love the location. We're talking about our 10:30 auction, Mr. Philip Kingston auction here.
We're talking. Look,
we're all talking.
We did this last week.
We're talking.
I really, your English is deteriorating at rapid knots.
You've got no qualification without a tie.
We're not talking. We're talking. Can you just put the G back on the INGs?
We're talking about this auction that Leon's handling at 1 James Street by, and you're auctioning it. And you better wear a tie. Saturday morning, 10:30. Leon, take us through and tell us about it.
What a fantastic property. It's been an absolute pleasure to market this. I mean, many people wouldn't even know where James Street is. There's, I think, only about 9 houses in the whole street.
You wouldn't want to line
it. It's a little dead-end street. It's a dead-end one-way street right off the beach, off Meek Street in Brighton.
An exclusive cul-de-sac, could I say?
Yes, instead of dead-end. Let's drop dead-end from any of our discussions.
He's just isn't he the professor of English? How'd you go at your VCE?
No, but
how'd you go at VCE?
Imagine saying to a
tell your score at VCE.
My score was more than your score.
Okay,
we've done that on GPTV
255. But that was your score.
Yeah,
okay?
well, but just because it was out of 1,000.
That's right. Hopeless.
You don't really ring up a bar and say, "Would you like to live in a dead end street?" Right?
Go on, don't listen to him.
A quiet cul-de-sac would be
this property was built by the owners 22 years ago. They built 2 big residences
in this quite exclusive cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac.
It did, yes.
They've lived and enjoyed in the re-residence, and 21 years in, they're moving somewhere else.
Brilliant.
But it's an unbelievable property in a great location. And if you want to be beachside, want to be close to the beach, but in a quiet street with not much traffic, 1 James Street.
Tell me, now that he's a director, do we get to disrespect him and give him a hard time?
We're going to just gently move him into this.
Fair enough. Okay.
I'm not sure I'm ready to slap him in the face with a tea towel like I saw Jeremy when we were in Bali.
You did do that,
but I can tell you, I was taken back by that level of comfort with yourself,
Yes,
Gary.
well, Jeremy and I do have that sort of Peter Sellers Cato kind of relationship. It's a bit creepy, isn't it? 10:30. Saturday, Philip. We're going to be in Murrumbeena. Graham Callan handles this property, Leo Auctions, and it's in Murrumbeena Road. Take us through it, won't you?
Well, Gary, just a really lovely apartment with a fabulous terrace. That is 2 good-sized bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a car space. But I love the outlook from that property. It's got a really good terrace is a magnificent bonus in an apartment.
It's a great spot there in Murrumbeena Road. I'm familiar with this property and I love it. And we're looking forward to the auction 10:30. Philip, at 11:30 we're going to be Begonia, not Begonia for the rest of the day, but we're going to be in Begonia Street, or Road I should say, Gardenvale. Why don't you review it for us, Leon, and tell us about this property that Viv Samuel has the pleasure of bringing to the market.
Yeah, a terrific location, walking distance to Gardenvale Station and Martin Street, which is always improving more and more every week.
How good cafes at Martin Street are just unbelievable.
Man, how many are there? It's crazy stuff, yes.
It's certainly a terrific position, and it'd be fair to say this home is a home that can be improved.
Yes.
But it's got a good floor plan, a good basic rooms, and a good layout.
Good parcel of land too,
isn't it? A great parcel of land. I mean, just looking at the dimensions, it's nearly 700 square metres. I think it's the old 50 by 150 in the old scale, but just under 696 square metres. So whether land or a renovation, certainly one to have a look at.
Saturday at 1:30 we're going to be in your hood right here in Bentley, in fact in Bentley East, Leon, in Mackie Road. Why don't you take us through and tell us about this one very quickly?
Yeah, a modern townhouse, Gary. So it's a common type of development in East Bentley at the moment. Good accommodation, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, a lock-up garage with a spot out the front, and a very entry-level price point to a modern 4-bedroom property in East Bentley,
Yeah,
so
it's a good
one
one,
to
that
inspect.
Philip, that's a wrap on Saturday, but Sunday we have another 4 auctions. We start off at 10:30 a.m. with the most wonderful property on Glenara Road. I'm in love with this home, Philip. Take us through it.
As should be, 397A Glenara Road. Stunning architecture from the outside. The finishes and the level of attention to detail here is quite incredible. I think they've probably spent more money than they needed to here, and it definitely shows. 4 bedrooms, 2 beautiful bathrooms, and one of the great design features here is you've got a double lock-up garage, which is really hard to get in these town residences.
You won't get it again, Philip.
No, you
so
won't.
if you're thinking about going and doing it yourself, just go and buy this one.
Can't get a double garage, and one of the big bonuses there too is the north-facing back garden.
Love it, love it. Philip, also love this property in the Avenue. Now, I can tell you, viewers, we do sell a lot of apartments, but every now and then something exceptional comes along with incredible external courtyard spaces. And this is one of them in the Avenue. Great location.
What a great apartment. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 car space. The courtyard there is absolutely stunning. It amplifies the size of a very generous lounge dining room. Viewers, if you can get an apartment with a bigger than normal terrace or a courtyard, they're always well looked at. They're always well chased and in demand.
Always in demand.
And certainly, it'd be fair to say they appreciate faster than just a standard apartment.
Yeah, this is one out of the box, Philip. And talking about out of the box, if you go on the video for this property, I had a look the other day. 2,600 people have watched you on this video, which is kind of a freaking number. Yeah, incredible number of people.
We're talking about 10 Cantala Avenue.
We are talking about 10.
And did you like my reference on the video to the Italianate garden?
Philip, you're so international, aren't you? Really
I like to bring an international flavour to our videos, Gary, but it was very easy to present on this house because it's the most stunning home, and I do love the different levels of the back garden, the swimming pool, the terraces overlooking at it. It is like an Italian
castle-like, isn't it? Castle-like
I'm
feel.
looking for the word, and I can't think of it.
Out, Philip,
but Cantala Avenue, a sensational spot. We did GPTV there last week, Gary, and what a home.
You don't get a better address. When Arlene listed it, she said to me in her beautiful, finest South African accent, "I can't believe what a beautiful house this is." And she was right. It is absolutely spectacular. So we're looking forward to that auction till 11:30. And we round out our day early at 11:30. It's not a big weekend of auctions, but some great listings, great properties. We're in Hoffman Street, St Kilda. Jeremy Rosens will be auctioning this terrific apartment for Joel Sir. Tell us a little bit about it, won't you, Leon?
Absolutely. It's a building we know very, very well. I think no one knows it better than Aviv, who's had some involvement here, but I think Joel and Daniel have run this campaign. A 2-bedroom apartment with a nice balcony in a really good development that we've had a lot of success in, and always been very popular in that building. I think the position there and the quality of development has obviously stood the test of time, so it should go well.
So that's a big wrap. Some great quality stuff coming up this weekend. We're getting through to an interesting time. April's always a good month, an active month, and now we're listing for May and starting to even look at the winter months, Philip, to start doing your real estate auctions if you're wanting to.
Yes, Gary, but what we'd love the viewers to do is to give Leon a call, come down for a cup of coffee, have a look at the new Bentley office.
It's a good office.
And certainly, viewers, anything that you need down this way, Leon is your go-to guy together with his team.
Absolutely.
I think you're going to do unbelievably well.
Yes,
here.
congratulations, Leon.
Thank you.
Put up there, mate. Well done. Congratulations.
Cheers,
We're so excited to be here in Bentley. The expansion story of Gary Pitt Associates continues with great people at the helm, and that's Leon, not us, of course.
Yeah.
But we're very excited about it, and we look forward to bringing you all the news on GPTV. We'll be doing a Bentley GPTV, a specific one, like we do for anyone that's interested in probably already watching Why Would You Miss It in Carnegie and St Kilda.
Religiously, I'm sure.
Of course, we'll be adding the Bentley one so you can go on and see what's going on locally.
We're producing a new Bentley show, which means we're going to have so many different editions of GPTV. People are really going to have to cancel some social arrangements just to be able to keep up with it.
Why would you do anything
It's going to be like binge Netflix watching,
exactly right.
isn't it?
It's kind of, like Breaking Bad. You know? People got addicted to that.
It'll be like, darling, let's just sit down all Saturday and all Sunday and catch up on all the editions of GPTV.
Let's not bother going to the kid's wedding. Let's watch GPTV.
Do you know what? It's only a 7-year-old birthday party. It doesn't matter if it's our son and daughter.
You've got 300 episodes to catch up on. And that's a big wrap this week on GPTV. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Leon Guzenfitter.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a fantastic week.